Hey guys, what's going on? So welcome to a new part of my channel where I roast movies, albums, you name it, I roast it. Anyway, okay, so let's get started. First, I'm gonna close my door because it's gonna get pretty damn loud. Alright, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna roast my own movies that I own off my shelves, and I do want to point out that I love all the movies I have, whether I watch them a lot or a little bit, and there is major spoilers. So, if you've not seen any of these movies, get off my channel right now. I'm gonna pause to let that sink in, and then you go to somewhere else. Okay, anyway, so, we have 16 movies that I think are going to be worth the roast, and let's get started. Okay. James Cameron, epic stoner film, Avatar. So, apparently, he thought it would be a good idea to take half a century to make a movie that ended up making a shit ton of money only off 3D and not a good story. And, well, apparently, he thought, if I mix Pocahontas with Dances with Wolves and a bunch of Doors music, then I'm gonna make a great movie. And, it's like, yeah, this movie made great money off its fabulous special effects, but guess what? Every movie that's came after that has not held a candle to the special effects of this movie. But then again, everybody's gonna think that something looks good when there's a bunch of Indian walking smurfs walking around. So, you know, whatever, right? Ah, yes. A Nightmare on Elm Street. The one movie that boasted cocaine sales like you wouldn't believe in the 1980s because people were so scared to fall asleep. This movie, even though it is not that long, is rated R for a pepperoni-faced killer known as Freddy Krueger, and if I actually have to explain that this guy's name is Freddy Krueger, then, well, I guess you have not lived. And, so, apparently, cocaine sales went through the roof because of this movie in the 1980s, and, it also boasted insomnia, like you wouldn't believe. So, if you never want to sleep, and you wanted to get into drugs, I would say that Nightmare on Elm Street is the thing to do. Oh, Adventures in Babysitting. This movie really kind of lives up to its name because it's like this girl had one job: to keep these kids inside the house, to not go anywhere, just to babysit the kids. And, well, what happens? They're like, well, let's go in the city. And instead of her going, no, because her friend was kidnapped. And instead of calling a cab for her, she decides to go off in the city and get her. You know, that's the thing. This movie would have been a lot shorter had she just called a cab. Because if you have one job of making sure that all the kids stay in the house, well, then keep the kids in the house. It's very self-explanatory. Ah, yes, Castaway. The one movie where Tom Hanks spends over an hour on an island and makes all of us rethink our lives. Because apparently, in this movie, when all he wanted to do was just stay with the woman he loves, he gets on a jet, the jet crashes, and winds up in the middle of the ocean. Now, what I don't get is how is it that everybody on this jet dies except for Tom Hanks? Well, then again, Tom Hanks is everybody's favorite actor, to an extent. And, because of this movie, we spend almost 2.5 hours trying to figure out if Tom Hanks is going to make it off the island, and apparently it takes years for us to realize that all he could do was just build a raft instead of talking to a volleyball to get off the island. Ah, yes. Just watched this recently. Carrie, the one movie that needs to be shown to every high school bully in the world, and should be told to everyone, especially to little kids, that it is a true story, because it is. Because if you fuck with a girl, then she's gonna get blood smeared all over, and then she's gonna set a school on fire. You know, this is the one school, one movie that should really make everyone go, maybe I shouldn't mess with the wrong person, because she might kill me and set me on fire. I don't know, maybe it's just a thought, but, if you enjoy psychotic mothers and enjoy pissing people off, this is the movie for you. Oh yes, the biggest disappointment in the world. Well, Jake Lloyd in the title of this movie just says it all. Not to mention, we have to spend almost 2.5 hours listening to Jar Jar Binks run his mouth when Qui-Gon Jinn just could have taken a lightsaber and just killed him. Yes, I know the dark side is bad and killing people is bad, but seriously, come on, it's Jar Jar Binks. Yoda, please let me kill this person. Kill this person, you can. Yes. Would have made this movie a whole lot better, and the 16 years of waiting much more worth it. Nah, it's not time for this movie yet. Ah, yes. As if the Harry Potter movie series isn't long enough, let's just take 2 hours out of the almost 20 hours of watching Harry Potter wasted on this. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is so bad that it makes the book look like it's the Bible. As if the Order of the Phoenix wasn't long enough, let's just, take the longest book in the Harry Potter series, make it the shortest movie, and let's just ruin it. Harry Potter fans wait 2 years for a Harry Potter movie to come out, and we're gonna give them the biggest flop in the series ever. So, yeah. See, I really thought that I would have more to say about this movie, but it's so bad that the movie itself is not letting me say more about it. That's how bad this movie is. It's refusing for me to say bad stuff about it, because it knows how bad it is. Napoleon Dynamite has to be the weirdest hit movie ever made, and it probably says it all, because let's just give the name of this character and a heavy explosive. It's as if you didn't know Napoleon and Dynamite is the same damn thing. So, we're just gonna give this character the name of a weapon, and he's just gonna do absolutely nothing. And we have to wait an hour and a half in this movie to watch this guy dance, for people to clap and go, hey, this guy's kinda cool. He just dresses like a fucking weirdo. But, I mean, it's like, whatever, right? And then there's Kip, who's just the biggest loser ever next to... Kip is such a loser that he makes Napoleon Dynamite look like John Travolta from Grease. That's how much of a loser Kip is in this movie. And then it's like, well, let's give this guy something to do. So, he helps his friend Pedro, a weird freaking Mexican dude, that just happens to end up at the high school, something to do and run for class president. That's pretty much it. Let's see. It's really bad how great Deadpool is, because it's like, we're gonna take every superhero movie ever, have him roast superhero movies in a superhero movie, and then we're gonna have him being roasted in his own movie. By himself. Deadpool is such a freaking weird movie, and also pretty much awesome, that it puts every 5,000 Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man movies to shame. This movie is such insanely good that it also makes itself look like a bad movie whenever he says something stupid, which is basically all the 5,000 minutes of this film. You know, now that I think about it, it's really hard to roast Deadpool when it already roasts itself. So, yeah, there really isn't... He's giving me that look on his face like I did not think this one through. Stop staring at me. He's staring at me. Make him go away. There, he went away. He won't come back. You gotta admit, you would hate to be Edward Scissorhands because you could never jerk off. You'd touch your dick and the thing would slice off. Although he would probably be a hit at a pizza factory, because all he would have to do is use his hand and go tsh, you know? It would make great business for pizza factories because you could cut the pizza faster. Although you gotta admit, I mean, having sex would be just awful. Because, well, you know, yeah. But I mean, can we talk about his paleness, though? He's so white. He is so white that he makes Orlando Bloom look black. I mean, look how white he is. You know? He's so pale, he makes snow look like it has color. I'm saving the really, really good ones till the end, guys, so bear with me. Nightmare Before Christmas. This is what happens to you if you don't jerk off your dick enough. You end up being a giant boner. And you walk around as a giant boner all your life. Although you gotta admit, that suit's cool though. But I mean, what is it, from like the 1500s? Who wears a suit like that anymore? You know, this movie is so freaking dark and depressing in the beginning that it makes My Chemical Romance look like a happy band. You know, this movie in the beginning is so dark that it makes Corpse Bride look like it makes Corpse Bride look like a happy movie. And that's saying a lot. But then, guess what? No, we're gonna go to Happy Fun Land and take the darkness out of a Tim Burton movie, because what is Tim Burton not known for? He's known for dark, depressing movies. So, we're gonna put him into Happy Christmas Land, and then we're gonna have him fuck up Christmas. You know? It's like, what the hell? It's like, so you just wanna fuck up Santa Claus? I mean, like, dude, really? The one really not too bad James Cameron movie, but he was so full of himself and just such a jerk that it's like, okay, we're gonna have a 3-hour movie where this couple gets on a ship and people think it's not gonna sink. It's a ship. Ships sink. And it's like this ship is so big and so long that it has 4 penises as smokestacks, and we're just gonna have this couple get on a ship and to go through all this shit to get on a door. They could have fit on the door, but no. Rose had to be a jerk all the way to almost death for him to not fit on the door. And what do? Well, he dies. He dies. Thanks a lot, Rose, for being a dick. Ah, yes. Gone with the Wind. By the time this movie's over, the wind has gone. But this one hasn't, because then you still have like an hour left in the film. The wind outside moves faster than this movie. This is like a 4.5 hour, well, it feels like 4.5 hours. This movie is so long that when Gandhi died, he came back from the dead and then died again, and this movie was still going on. This movie is so long that you actually feel like life went by twice. There's no action in this. There's no sex in this. It's just we're gonna have a 4-hour movie where she just bitches about men she loves that she can't have, so she marries the guys, and one of them dies, and then the other one she can't have because it's her cousin, and her sister is married to her cousin, and that's not really fucked up at all. But then again, in like the 1800s, I guess that was okay because they didn't believe in like birth defects and all that shit. But it's like Gone with the Wind is so damn long that Gone with the Wind is so long that Rush could write a short song that you could listen to like 500 times, and the 500 times that you listen to a Rush song, this movie would still be going on. It has 2 discs. It practically takes you, if you watch this movie right now, let's see, the time is 6:05. If you watch this movie at 6:05, then you wouldn't get done until like midnight. And don't even bother watching it on TV, because then, like, say if you had a child, you watch this movie on TV, the child's gonna be a teenager by the time it's done. This movie is so long that you could go through childbirth, and this movie would still be going on. That's how long this movie is. And when you put this movie in, you think, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and then it's like you're halfway through the film, and you're like, still going on? Okay. By the time you get to the last 30 minutes of this film, you're just like, what? Oh, okay, somebody died. By the time you get to the last 5 minutes of this film, you're just like, what, is still going on? Yeah. Yes. The Lord of the Rings. But no, not the regular edition Lord of the Rings. The extended versions. Because these movies are so long, it makes Gone with the Wind look short. These movies are so long that you really think that... See, here's the thing. These movies are so long, there's a reason why Gandalf went white. These movies are so long that with the amount of walking that Frodo does, you could see his feet fall off if you looked hard enough. The extended versions of Lord of the Rings are so long that if you started the movies at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you wouldn't get done till 1 a.m. the next day. And don't even get me started on Return of the King. Well, actually, since I just brought it up, Lord of the Rings Return of the King Extended Edition is so long that if you started the movie at 12 in the afternoon, you wouldn't get done till 7 o'clock at night. I don't get how these movies go on. It's like if you started Return of the King, by the time you're done with it, it's nighttime outside. And it's not nighttime. No. It's like dark nighttime, almost early morning nighttime, where the sun's coming up, and you're just like, I only watched one movie. It's like, yes you did. But technically, you watched the time limit of 6 movies. You could watch 6 movies and it would not count up close to the time limit of Lord of the Rings Return of the King Extended Edition. Return of the King is so long that it makes Fellowship of the Ring look short. But anyway, yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. And, actually... No, that's it. That's it. Alright. Well, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. And, if you, watch this video, and you are watching, Gone with the Wind, then, you're not gonna get far, because, that movie is just so long that, that it makes my height look short. That movie is just so long that it's, well, that it's long. I watched a video where it said that this movie was the pinnacle of Hollywood, and it tested running time of film, and I'm like thinking, no shit, it tests the running time of film, because I could go on a walk, and by the time when I start the walk, I could be by my house, and by the time the movie ends, I'm at the Grand Canyon. So, nope, that's all I gotta say about that. Hope you enjoyed this. Alright, I'll see you later. And, who knows, maybe I'll just do a separate video where I roast Gone with the Wind. But, I think with the, amount of things I've said to it, it's probably burnt to a crisp by now. Alright, I'll see you later, bye.